put me in front of something interesting. So anyway, you're an enthusiast, you're young, right? I know you're not going to like hearing this, but all the parts. Just put yourself in a car and drive out of it and learn to drive of whatever you're sitting in and forget the parts. Because once you learn how to drive, then the parts will mean something. You don't even know what the parts mean if you don't know how to drive. So as I say, that's usually, so kids, younger folks, they'll spend the 30, whatever it is, parts first, and then they believe in their head they already know how to drive, so they just assume they're driving the car. But in reality, the people that know what they're doing knows that they haven't even come close to driving the car. So you have to be a driver first, and then all the parts mean something. So that's why I said, what problem are you trying to solve if you want to build a car? If you're an engineer type, build a car, go at it. But if you're a driver, some of this stuff is so fast you can't even drive it. I mean, I don't know. I
believe it. Just go-karting, man. Those little go-karts, it's like a little scale version of this. It's hard. It works. It's hard, yeah.
And okay, so here, I'll just give, over the 35, 40 years I've been driving something, now I have a little hindsight. I always was very competitive in go-karts because I didn't start till I was 40 years old. You know what I mean? So there's a big difference. You're younger. You start younger, you don't have any fear. But when you start and there's already a little fear, I used to have a lot of fun in go-karts and low-speed tracks. Because, fucking hey, this is fun. A 60-mile-an-hour spin is not a 120-mile-an-hour spin. And the faster the car goes, the slower I got.
I feel that too.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So, but that's where seat time, that's where like time in the seat will change how you learn it. Like I was just thinking on the way here, this is a shirt that I've had for 25 years. This was the very first time I went to this track at Chuckwallet. It's easily one of my favorite. I'm a BMW guy when I fall out of bed, you know, and they're very good handling cars. They're nicely balanced. They're not super monster horsepowers, but they're quick. And so driving, have you ever heard the term driving at 10 tenths, 9 tenths, 8 tenths?
I haven't.
Okay, so when you're driving the go-kart at wherever you go, and you're driving it as hard as you can, let's just say you're probably driving at 9 tenths, 10 tenths. And when you spin out, you're at 11 tenths is why you spin. Okay. So with that being said, I was just thinking today, until I put the shirt on, it's like, I always enjoyed that track. The fastest corners were 60 to 75 miles an hour corner. But even looking back, I'm going, man, you need an extra 1,000 laps to get from 8 tenths to 9 tenths, so that you're actually driving the car up to these speeds. Like, because have you ever ridden in a race car next to a good driver?
Not really.
Okay,
no.
so what'll happen is you'll watch what he's doing, and you're just thinking, this is impossible.
Yeah, I know.
You're just going, this isn't. Well, how is he doing that? And it's because, so back to you, save yourself the money. Unless you're spending it on your seat time. Pick the seat. Pay for the seat and go drive it. The more you do that, the better off you are.
Thank you.
You know, and you'll save a lot of money.
It's kind of funny because you're kind of describing me, what I'm doing to my car, and I want to go out and race everything, but I want to make sure my car is all ready first. And I put coilovers in it, I put bracing and all that stuff. You're just describing me. That's all you're doing. And then I'm going to take it to the track.
And you're going to think you needed the parts to begin with. No, you didn't.
Okay, good advice. Thank you.
So now that you have them, though, just stop buying them. And now start comparing yourself to other guys with a lot of parts that know how to drive. You know what I mean? Because once you start comparing yourself, whether you go autocrossing or track days, let's just take back to my BMW. So my home, I don't have a home track. I live in Dana Point, so I drive 2 to 3 hours anytime I went to the racetrack. So Willow Springs is probably where I have the most laps. Let's just say I have 1,500 laps there. So I'm in a 265 horsepower BMW M3. Okay. That's not a huge amount of horse. That's the crank. That's the crank. That's not the, that's not the wheels. The car is a race car, so we took as much weight out of it as we could. So with me sitting in it, It was probably 2,800 pounds. Okay. So now I go to a regular track day. There's 110. There's 100 cars.
Yeah.
There's muscle Mustangs. There's lots of Corvettes.
Yeah.
There's the guys in Vipers. There's the guys in the Lotuses. So anyway, at the end of the day, it's the clock. Who's going the fastest? You may pass some of them. You may not. Okay, because you're on the track at a different time. At the end of the day, what's your lap time?
Yeah.
So with you and all your parts, the first day you go out there, you will believe that God can't drive any faster than what you're going, but you'll run a 145.
Yeah.
You'll be lucky to run a 142.
Yeah.
But you'll think, you just believe in your heart that God can't go any faster. Okay. So now, over the next 10 years, when you start adding laps, same car, you will probably be driving a 133 or a 134, and that's not because the car changed.
Yeah, it's because you changed.
That's because you changed. Okay, and so back to power and weight and 100 cars at a regular track day. You know, have you ever been to one? You know what they are?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I want to go to Thunder Hill.
You must live in Northern Cal?
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay, so I've driven Thunder Hill the left side. I haven't driven the right side.
Okay.
I didn't do the whole track, but anyway. They do beginners, intermediates, and advanced. So at the end of the day, there's 100 guys. So again, 15 years I drove an M3, what I was telling you.
Yeah.
10 times the same thing happened. It goes something like this. I might be admiring somebody's car.
Yeah.
Because I'm admiring their car.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going.
For the parts.
Yeah. No. Just like Porsche GT3s.
Yeah.
I love looking at Porsche GT3.
Yeah,
if there's a guy in a Porsche GT3, I'm going to go up and tell him he has a beautiful car.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, I'm just giving you one story. This is 10 times over a long period of time. And I truly wouldn't go up to a guy and say that. He goes, well, what are you driving? I said, oh, I'm pitted over there. I'm in that blue BMW. He looks, he goes, you've been passing me all day. And I said, then he says, so what are you running over there? I said, I don't think you want me to tell you. And
it's a driver.
And so the end of the conversation is usually, I said it's a 270 horsepower motor, handles really well. And they're driving 400 horsepower Porsches. It could be a Viper. It doesn't matter what it is. And that happens all the time. And so that's what I'm suggesting. Power to weight and driving. You'll love it. It gets fun that way. It's too expensive the other way.
I like to do everything custom, so I'm looking into getting like a plasma table. It's a thing of mine. I'm half engineer, half driver, you know?
Yeah. Okay, well then that's fine.
I like to make my car look good and drive good, but also I like to learn how to drive. And I have friends and stuff.
Well, just do it in stages. It's like you're not going to achieve your engineering level overnight. You're not going to be a race car driver overnight.
Yes, sir.
So just go at it in stages so that you know what level you're at. I think that's the most fun thing about this sport is there's so many stages. It's like I say, I got a lot of hours going fast, but I really, because I'm older now, I don't want to get in one of these. It's just like, what the hell? I don't want to kill myself.
Yeah.
You know? It's like this stuff is so quick that maybe if I was 30 years old, that's a completely different topic. Yeah. You know, but I'm not that old. Cool. This is fun. This is why I came this event, just to see these cars, because this stuff is, well, it's history.
Awesome. That's so cool that they're still driving these.
Oh yeah.
Keeping them up to date.
And the thing is, if you have blindfolds on and you got to ride in a current day, pick your favorite car that you want to ride in, go around the track real fast. Now put your blindfold back on and somebody gives you a ride in one of these, it'll smoke anything. Yeah. So it's not it's not slow because it's old. It's just old. Yeah.
These are truly works of machinery art.
Yes, these are amazing. Yeah. I love looking at them.
Nothing can compare.
Even looking at the sports car out in the lobby. That one that Ricky Taylor drives. I mean, that's a current day car. Yeah. The aerodynamics are really cool. I mean, just like what they're the way they're forming the bodies, where they run the air out the back. They're going fast for reasons, you know, and it is technical.
Yeah.
Okay, but again, the only guys that get to drive those cars are the guys that started driving whatever they could get their butt in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's funny because I have a Ford Taurus. And so far I've
That's
just
not your track car.
It is.
Oh, okay.
It's just got coilovers. It's a two grand car.
Okay.
It's my first car, and I
That's
just put
cool.
coilovers, some wheels on it.
Take weight out
and then
of it.
I already gutted the interior. I'm gonna do a custom dash and all that.
Yeah.
I love building things and working.
The
with
more
my
weight
hands,
you take out of it, the more you'll like it. Because when it goes left and right, it won't go left and right. You know, it'll go left or right. You know, weight's huge.
Yes, sir, it is. I actually drove it all the way here, and it was fun on the freeway because bumping along. It was funny, but thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Good luck on
I appreciate your wisdom, and
yeah, thank you. You're welcome.
see you around.
All right, good
Thank
deal.
you.
Have fun.